Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. This is Ash a la carte. And tonight we're using turkey leftovers. So I want to say thank you. It's the holiday season. And I have turkey leftover from Thanksgiving. I didn't cook turkey for Thanksgiving, but I made a turkey. So when I cooked the turkey, I took the meat off the bones. I put most of the skin, fatty stuff, and all the bones back in my crock pot and covered it with water, put it on low, and it went for about 24 hours. And so I have the broth from that. Normally I wouldn't make it all into one meal, but I'm just gonna make it all into one meal this week, or this time. And I already made like turkey noodle soup. So today we're making my favorite meal of all times, dumplings, but we're doing turkey. Turkey dumplings is not my favorite, but anything with dumplings is delicious. So I'm going to take you, well, we're in the kitchen. I'm going to show you what we're doing. We're starting right now with so it's about a little over halfway. I don't want any more broth in there, so I'm probably not going to add any water, at least not yet. But I'm going to turn the burner on. It's still hot because it was in the crock pot until just now when I did it. There is, I don't know if you can tell, but there is fat on there. I'm not skimming it off. I'm like a rebel. Ooh, don't look at my dirty stove either. All right, so I'm going to get out an onion, carrot, celery, get it all chopped up and thrown in here. And some leftover turkey, probably about 2 to 3 cups of chopped up turkey. So I'll show you that now. All right, so I'm going to start with this onion. Peel the onion. I'm just going to cut off that spot. And get rid of this. All right, and then I just cut it up into like bite-sized little bits. The onion, sometimes I cut it smaller than the celery or carrots. So you cut it to whatever size you want it in your soup. And if you don't like actual onions, you could sub with onion powder. Lots of people put both when they're doing onion. So you're gonna flavor it how you want it. Sometimes, like chicken and dumplings is different at Cracker Barrel than what I consider my chicken and dumplings. And most of my family prefers mine to other places. That's why we have chicken and dumpling holidays. So my broth is boiling. I'm just tossing the onion in. I washed my carrots and my celery. I'm kind of on a kick where I haven't necessarily been peeling everything, but I feel like if I can find a peeler, you know what? I'm on a not peeling kick, so I'm not going to peel. So I just cut the carrots basically in half until they're about the size that I want them in my soup. The big ends, I usually cut in fourths. The smaller ends, half. I'll probably do it in fourths, except for that one that's way smaller. And then once I do that, I just stack them up. There. 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 I don't think with this little knife I can cut them all at once, but I'd actually just leave that one whole and just cut this part in half. All right. Grab a bigger knife. I might be cutting too many at once. It's hard. I'm just gonna lay those over there and switch it up. I am so ready to be in the holiday spirit, and I'll show you my yard once I get it done, but I wasn't feeling good over the weekend, and so Wednesday is supposed to be a little warmer, so when I get home from school on Wednesday, I'm planning on decorating, and I'm trying to find somebody who can help me with my lights I bought for installation for like permanent lights on my house, but we'll see if I can get that done. I bought them, so I might have to wait until after the holiday to get them all up, but we'll see. I've wanted them for years, and this year I was just like, I'm doing it. And then I decided I was gonna do like the whole house, so then I had to buy more. Don't fall down the rabbit hole like me. All right, so all the carrots are up. I'm gonna dump these, then we'll do the celery. Dumping the cold stuff in there has kind of slowed the boil. I also dropped the temperature a little bit. Now, if you're frugal enough, you wouldn't be tossing the parts I'm cutting off. You would just put them into your freezer for your next stock, which is hilarious. I just made stock and totally forgot to throw them in. So my turkey was just straight turkey. And I just slit the ends a little bit more. I split the whole thing in half. And then if I think the ends are a little big, then I'll split those extra. But like there. And then I'm just gonna cut them in half and then stack it like I did the carrots. And then I'll go with the big knife. So my chicken and dumplings is definitely more of a soup than the like just chicken and dumpling that you get at Cracker Barrel. So we use broth. I have celery and carrots in it, onion. You could put whatever you want in it. And then a lot of times I'll use like a Bisquick mix or even refrigerated biscuits to make dumplings. It just depends on the mood. But I don't have either of those today, so we're making them from scratch. And I know it seems like there's a lot of stuff going in here, and there probably is, and that is because it's a pretty big pot. And I don't want to not have enough of the stuff that's delicious in there. All right, so now I'm just gonna chop the turkey. Try to make sure there's no bones. I don't have a good way for this. Pull out like skin or the fatty bits. I did try to make sure that I didn't get any bones out of the carcass, but inevitably there's usually one that makes it. So like I did my turkey. Okay, so the turkey that I made on my $20 meal that I made chicken or turkey soup, leftover turkey soup with, that one I cooked in the pressure cooker, which worked really well, and then pulled it out and put it in the broiler. This time I put this turkey in a slow cooker for about 18 hours on high, and I could literally like pull the bones out. I did not film that because I was just gonna do leftover meals, and I probably should have. So if you want to see that, let me know. I'm pretty sure I have 2 more turkeys in my freezer. So if you want to see how I did it in the slow cooker, just let me know. All right, so I don't know that that's enough, but I'm gonna go dump this and then we'll pull some more. I think that's about half as much as I want. The turkey was only seasoned on the skin with poultry seasoning, and I'm not putting skin in there, so the majority of the seasoning is not going in there. So once I get all the vegetables in, we're gonna put maybe a couple of bay leaves. We might use some poultry seasoning. I usually just use sage and thyme when I make chicken and dumplings, so I might go that route. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when we get there. Keep the change, you filthy animal. That was the first Christmas movie I watched. And the second one was I'm in a store and I'm singing. That's my favorite, though. It kills me when I find out that people haven't seen Elf. Like, how could you not see Elf? Have you seen Elf? Is it your favorite? What's your favorite Christmas movies? Like, I'd say top 5, not in any particular order, except for Elf is my favorite. Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Home Alone. I love the original Miracle on 34th Street. I feel like I missed a really good one. Ooh, Christmas Chronicles. That one's a really good one. It's my parents' favorite. My dad's. My mom, too, I guess. Mine is still Elf. All right. I did play some Rudolph for the babe the other day, and she really liked that. All right. So I'm going to wash my hands, and then we'll get some spices added in. All right. I'm going to go with I'm in a store and I'm singing. I'm gonna start with a couple bay leaves. I'm gonna go with 3. That's a few, not a couple. And then I wish the jar that I have of poultry seasoning told me what the spices are in there. I'm just gonna use some of it. It smells sagey. All right. We're going to add black pepper, and I'm not salting yet. I'm gonna bring you over. So I'm not salting yet because I don't know what it tastes like. So spoon. Where's my... Oh, there's one. I'm gonna get this stirred in. And while all of that is cooking together, I'm just gonna get a little taste of the broth. All right, it's very turkey, but it definitely needs salt. Sticking to them. Okay. I have to get a clean spoon because I might give some of the leftovers away. You know, it needs something. I don't know what. Let me think on it. I just think I need a little bit more salt. So I'm just going to go in with some salt and a bit more pepper. All right. Now, we're going to mix up a bowl of dumplings, which I'm just going to use flour, baking powder, and salt. All right, so we're using flour, baking soda, and salt. I'm gonna do about 4 cups of flour, I think. This is a half cup, so 8 times. Not a precise thing on this. I didn't pay attention. I'm calling that enough. All right, and then I'm not even gonna measure the baking powder. I'm just gonna That's probably way too much. Might be too poofy. And then salt. And I'm just gonna do maybe a little over a teaspoon. Teaspoon and a half. All right, and then we're gonna take the, what do I wanna do? Gotta find it. Okay, so in my bowl, it's just those 3 ingredients, and I'm using my dough whisk. And then this part, you can use water, you can use milk. I have half and half that I need to use up, so that is what I'm going to use because it is past the date, but it is still good. So I'm just going to start, pour in till I get a good shaggy dough I can do drop biscuits with, basically. And the cream will make the soup creamier. If your biscuits are too wet or too dry, if they're too dry, they don't really turn into like dumplings. If they're too wet, then you just add a little more flour. I'm gonna guess that was about a cup and a half, and I think that might be enough. No, maybe not. There's still a lot of dry dough down there. Just a little splash more. And that should get us all incorporated. Hoping yep. All right, so that's good enough for that. I'm gonna take you back over to the stove. So here, the vegetable that I would be the most worried about is gonna be a carrot. Well, I'm probably done. Oh, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna taste again. Let me grab the ladle. I'm gonna put some onto my spoon so that I can taste the seasoning again. My mom laughs at my Loch Ness Monster, but I love it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Ooh. I'm putting on a little bit more of that poultry seasoning. The bay comes through really good. Where did I put the poultry seasoning? Is it really that late? Lordy, I need to get to bed. All right. So the way I like to do my drops is to use my cookie scoop. But I used my cookie scoop for cookies and it's in the dishwasher. Imagine that. Luckily, no, that's a big one. Well, I have two of them somewhere. But this is where I'm going to annoy people because I tap. But basically, I'm just using a cookie scoop like this and putting little bits in it and then tap. Obviously, my cookie scoop is broken if you're looking at it. So I stand here and drop a bunch. And then I'll stir, drop more, but I don't want them to be too big because then they don't get cooked in the middle. When I make them too big on purpose, sometimes I use my meat masher, you know, like the Dollar Tree meat mashers, and chop them up while they're in the soup. But tonight I'm just going for, I hope I don't have to do anything extra. See like how big this one is? I would have to break it up later. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna do for this. I'm gonna keep dropping and stirring. I will fast forward through the next parts. So I have them all dropped. It took about a little over 10 minutes. I prefer it that way than having to roll them out and cut them and drop them. I feel like it's faster, but of course you might prefer it the other way. Either way, you can make the dough the same. I just choose not to roll it out and drop it like noodles. Those are more like noodles to me than dumplings. So now that I have these dropped, I let it simmer for about 10 minutes, stirring frequently, and then I turn it down. But I have to stir to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. And then after about 10 minutes, I just burned my belly. It sprayed. I don't know if you saw it. After about 10 minutes, I will bring you back. And see, like, some of them puffed up really big. So if I see those ones, I just kind of cut them in half so that the insides get cooked as well. We don't want raw flour. So what I was saying, and I didn't do, these ones are pretty small, but my, like, Dollar Tree meat masher, one of these, I just would pull my spoon up like this and kind of just mash them, or go to the bottom like this and just hope that it's mashing them. And then that way the dumplings aren't as giant. But like if you get a really big one like that, you just go like that, push it off, and it has dissected it. Those don't look too big actually. But, or just go like this. It does catch some of them. It might not catch all of them, but like I said, if I'm doing it, if I think any of them are really big, I just slide them off like that and split them open. Split it open. All right, so I'm gonna let this simmer while I stir. I'm not gonna do any more of that because they look pretty good. As I said, that there's a really fat one right here. Let's just chop that one. So if I see, as I'm stirring, if I see any fat ones, I will do that. Otherwise, I'll see you back in about 10. All right, it hasn't been 10 minutes, but it's after 9 and I'm gonna have to go to bed. So I just have been stirring it. I'm turning it off because I'm gonna eat. And so the dumplings have shrunk down. That's what you want. They're cooking, so they get smaller. And honestly, every chicken and dumplings, turkey and dumplings, ham and dumplings, which is like my favorite variation, is so much better the next day. So before I post this video, I'll show them to you again tomorrow. I guess that's probably enough for me tonight. So it's really hot, obviously, because it's straight out of the pan. But I'm going to show you by cutting this one open that the inside is cooked. You can't even tell now. Can I show you the right way? It's cooked all the way through. Kind of melts in my mouth. They get better overnight. The carrots and celery and onion are all cooked. It's delicious. Oh, it's so good. Of course, I'm going to add cracked black pepper on it because it's me and everything's better with pepper. Ta-da! Don't knock things over. Don't be like me. All right. Look at how delicious that bowl of chicken and dumplings is. Hi friends, I have a video that I need to put out, but I keep forgetting to do the end. So I have been eating the leftovers at school, and I feel like the leftovers of any dumpling soup are better. But I did have other people try that, and one of them only liked the dumplings because they don't like vegetables. And then 2 of them preferred the vegetable part and didn't like the dumplings because they don't like dumplings. But Well, technically, one of them, their daughter loved it, so that's good enough. Shout out to Sydney. I highly doubt she watches this, but if you do, thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up. I just wanted to let you know that these were really good. And this is not flattering, but I am tired. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Please give me a like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. And I should have the next video out really soon because it's done. I just have to film the intro and outro. All right, friends. I'll see you next time.